And so I want you to listen to this. They're Tom Serson, Jim Riley, Joe Zillick, Harry Race, Bernard the Chance, DJ Dave, Burley Dick Winwan, Elton Anderson, Don Wiley, Jim Hall, Bill Duvall, 1961 Oyster Cracker Man, Bitted Bathford, Blue Boy Boxes, Bernard the Chance, Ellery's, and Roble Knight. Whispering Fag a fair amount. Do you hear that sound? Something common there? That you did Whispering Fag at the fair amount in your giggly laugh, Joe? In your smirk? Okay. There's a big difference between what I'm doing and what you guys do. I do it to try to get people to evolve, and then there's some of you who do it to get to just simply to control. Okay, there's a big difference. Just like, Doug or you, Perlita, went around with the Elect Tribe and going, Indian stuff. Joe, Harry, Bernard. Same fashion as this here, Whispering Fag at the Fairmount. That's how we can tell the groups of you working together, Jamaica Street, Pickett Street. And then they run overseas to do what? More control. Possibly over the Asians or whoever else, the Russians, the Israelis, right? See, what's cool about the Super Huddy Cheeks is that some of them are not even employing the tactics that the group of you use. They just pay attention and they evolve past the abuse and stupidity. So there's a big difference between what I do, Bernard the Chance, and what you people do. Bernard and the LGBT crew, and that group do it for control. Then they prove it. You can trace it all the way back. Hey, Minister, Whispering Fag at the Fairmount, let's say, Joe, how you implemented your plan. Big difference. So if we find common sounds to a common characteristic and tie it to, Perlita's craziness with the Indians, Indian Joe Britches, we find where you travel and those people you tried to control, Perlita. The Asians, the Russians, the Israelis, the Spaniard. The list goes on and on and on. But hey, like I said, Whispering Fag at the Fairmount, Minister, GPS Night, I don't know, and Red Randy, Red Gordon, I don't know, GPS Night, if people in your team want to hear you go for the rest of their lives. Or are you guys trying to basically make them breathe differently or speak in their head, Bernard, with your device? See how we can tie the people who are doing this repeatedly for their control as opposed to using it to help people evolve. So even now, those that you have tortured in the past out here, Bernard and your team, find ways to evolve, like the Super Hutty Cheeks, because they start to find that the group of you, Bitted Bet for you men, you gay men, supposed Blue Boy, Oyster Cracker Man, Comic Book Boy, Tomb Raider Boy, McDonald's, Rapist Chair, Rapist Barnyard, Rapist, Team Bitted Bed Bugs. They start to find out that you gay guys there, you older adult men who are gay, are seriously demented and violent and abusive. So the Super Huddy Chicks go, I say Super Huddy Chicks use me to evolve past their abuse. Because they force guys to be abusive when they never probably wanted to be anyway. Understand what you did to me, Joe, your grandson Thomas, and your son-in-law Gregory Faust, and then to the boys, because you had to run around all American country and Western to try to get laid, to be famous. And that's how I teach, like Howard Stern and Jay Leno and NBC, Apple, Microsoft, Google, Oracle, Intel, the YouTube, IHS, Lockheed. Yes, Joe, even them have to succeed and become better people. Understand? And what really happened. Some of them probably already knew, but now they get the chance to evolve past the abuse of some of you. And so that's what it leaves behind, Roble Knight. You guys all pretend with the Indian fade that you're evolving and all that, but you leave behind, Perlita and your team, Joe, Roble Knight, what you are trying to control, which was something probably that wasn't controlled before. And when you guys came out here and did that, you ruined everything. Understand, Roble Knight? How we can prove To you guys who stole it and jacked it all up and moved it. But you know, that's your typical thing. You're gonna breathe in her chest again there, Robo Knight. Whatever he did after he put the necklace on her. I married her first before you, copying your idea. And then what did you do, Harry? Go sleep with another girl that I liked, or another one, or you, Joe, or you, Ellery, or your debauchery. See how it's easy to figure out where you guys are moving around to, and the story's being told. GPS Inklet Robo Knight. So, if that's the way you guys profess it should be, Indian Joe, fine, but it sucks. And like I said, you leave behind the remnants of what you tried to control. The eye poking in people's faces, the chins, did it to me, Brian Miller, Heidi Biswick, who knows, did you guys do it to Kimberly too? Carney Gardner Bernard, because she liked me and she did a McDonald's on her, or a Burger King. Understand, dudes, why the world sucks? Is because Joe, Bernard, Harry, you began your evolution with violence and thieving it with the Antilla Man. Stolen rainbow, LGBT, and it's so great. So, how could you be the rightful leader, Joe, or the Bitted Bats for Bernard, or the Carney, Perlita Jones, Gwynwans, when all you do with your Indian tribe and the Lek tribe with the is control, when it was never controlled before, Joe? So you stripped it all away to create control. So how do you wave that flag, Red Randy, of freedom, when it's nothing but a lie? And that's why David goes probably back over to overseas. I ruled Jerusalem. Or they go run back into their secret little beds and pretend that they never moved, or the chair, and we never moved. Guess what controlled you guys? Can you guess? Can you guess what it really was?